Okay, so here's part number 2 on how to build a bike. So all we gotta do is put the seat and the clamp on. Then we're gonna go and put the cranks, sprocket, your bearing covers and everything like that. Put it together right there. Then we'll put the back wheel on. So let's get started with putting the seat on. So I'll flip over the bike real quick. So I think the seat's pretty easy to put on. But sometimes they can be a pain in the butt, so I slipped the seat clamp over it. Then what you're gonna do is you're going to set your seat how high you like it. So I like mine pretty high, but that's about right. So after you get your Allen wrench over here, you can start tightening that up. Make sure your seat's straight, because that might get a little irritating sometimes sitting on a crooked seat. So there's a bolt on this side that you got to tighten up. Got to get the right size Allen wrench first to do that. So in that case, you're going to be using a 5mm Allen wrench and tightening up this bolt that's down here. Make sure it's nice and tight, unless your seat will start moving around whenever you're riding, and that doesn't feel well sometimes, especially whenever you go to sit down and you miss the seat and you fall off your bike. So now that you got that all tightened up, I'm going to flip the bike over again and start putting all the cranks and stuff on there. So you always want to make sure to put your sprocket on the chain side. Unless if you don't do that, you have to take this whole thing back apart, and it won't be fun, because it's never fun having to take something apart again once you're wanting to go ride it, or once you built something you have to take it apart because you did it wrong. So there's a little thing inside these bearings that keep your bearings from pressing together, from ruining them. So I put mine in there. Some people don't want to put them in there because I've never had a problem with the bearings pushing together, but I've had that problem once. I've always just been on the safe side to put it in there. So now you got to put this bearing cover on this side so nothing gets in there. And I have this little shim for my sprocket here, so slide that on there. So you just slide that on there like that. Just like that. And you'll slide your sprocket on there. Make sure it's up on that shim. And you're going to slide your crank on there. Just like this. So slide your crank on there. Gosh darn it. So slide that on there. And there's this bolt right here that you put in here. Tighten it up so it all stays together. So after we get this tightened up here, right here, all we gotta do, put the back wheel on, and you're ready to ride your bike. But to make sure you have everything tightened, after you ride it a little while, bring it back home and go check over everything and tighten it back up. Because I do that a lot after I build something. So like after I ride my bike for a while now, I'll come back here and I will tighten a bunch of stuff back up just in case it was loose and I didn't know about it. But sometimes you'll most likely feel it once it's loose. So, or you'll know because you wrecked because the part fell out. So because I've had like my chains and stuff I didn't get it put together correctly, and I wrecked really bad. Chipped my front tooth. Busted my lip open. That was just this summer though, so. Now what we'll do is put the back tire on, which is over here, so grab that. And just untighten the bolts real quick. There's bolts on each side, so untighten them to where you can open that thing up, the gaps up to get the bolts on there. Make sure you always have your chain on the outside, like right now, because look, I just got my chain stuck inside of there and I have to unloosen that again, just like that, to get this on there. So kind of a pain in the butt sometimes, but always make sure you have your chain on the outside part of this. After I take it off this sprocket, make sure you have it on the outside part of it. This thing's being confusing right now, so. I have the worst luck with chains sometimes, which you can probably see that right now, but. What the heck? So, if you do that, you will get your tire again, and make sure your spaces are out the way, unless it'll be a pain in the butt because can't put your tire on with your spacers in the way, so make sure you got those out the way, unless they'll just keep being a pain in the butt like they are right now, and they won't want to go on. So now that I got it on now, I'm going to tighten these bolts up just a tad bit to hold it where I want it. What the heck is wrong with the jump chain? Well, gotta unloosen it again because this piece of junk chain didn't want to cooperate with me, so. Darn it. Chain's wanting to be a pain in the butt right now. Huh. I figured it out. There we go. So now I got that figured out. Let's get this thing put on there so I can go ride. Oh, pain in the butts. There. Oh crap, I put the wheel on the wrong side. Slide your spacers out. Just like that. Slide that on there. Darn it. Slide that on there. Get out of there. I have the worst times with these wheels sometimes, so be patient with me here. Tighten that up a little bit. Gosh darn it. Never mind, I fixed it. I got it. There we go, so I got that on there. Now what you're going to need to do is tighten up your back wheel with your 17mm socket here. Make sure you have your wheel even, so if you don't, you will be rubbing your tire on the side of your bike, which will cause your tires to pop really fast. Because I've had bad experiences with that. I've been going down the road, my tire was rubbing, and it didn't end up very good for me. So got that side tight. Now go to this other side here. You want to tighten this bolt up. So now that I got that side tightened up, that'll be it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.